So what's the very first thing that pops into your head when you hear Japanese food? Sushi? Maybe some crispy tempura? Or a steaming, savory bowl of ramen? Well, you might be surprised to learn that traditional Japanese cuisine, known as washoku, is actually so much more than just a menu of familiar dishes. Today, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating and sometimes surprising world of washoku. To really get it, I want to ask you to completely rethink your baseline assumptions about Japanese food. It's not just about what's sitting on the plate in front of you. It's about a profound respect for nature, incredibly complex artisan skills passed down through countless generations, and rich social traditions. Washoku is quite literally a living, breathing cultural experience. And hey, you don't just have to take my word for it. Back in 2013, washoku was officially designated as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. UNESCO doesn't just call it a collection of recipes. They actually define it as a social practice that embodies the Japanese spirit of respecting nature. It's absolutely crucial to understanding the culture itself. All right, so here is our tasting menu for today's explainer. We'll be looking at 1, philosophy and spirit, 2, artisan craft, 3, history and diversity, 4, modern evolution, and finally 5, cultural experience. Let's jump right in. Section 1, philosophy and spirit, harmony and gratitude. At the very heart of washoku is the concept of wa, which translates to harmony. You know those phrases you might have heard, Itadakimasu before a meal and Gochisosama after? Well, they aren't just polite throwaway greetings. Itadakimasu literally means I humbly take. It's an expression of ultimate, profound gratitude for the lives that were sacrificed to make the meal and for the hard work of literally every single person involved in bringing that food to your table. And this beautiful philosophy directly shapes the cooking itself. Traditional washoku is based on the ancient yin-yang 5 elements theory. Think of it like a giant puzzle ensuring perfect balance. You've got 5 tastes: sweet, salty, spicy, sour, and bitter, 5 colors: red, yellow, green, white, and black, and 5 preparation methods: raw, grilled, simmered, steamed, and fried. When you combine the whole shebang, you naturally get a meal that is both nutritionally balanced and completely stunning to look at. Moving on to Section 2, Artisan Craft, the secrets of edamame sushi. Okay, picture yourself sitting at a high-end sushi counter. You see the chef's graceful movements, right? But the real magic is actually completely invisible. It's called shigoto, which simply translates to work. Back in the Edo period, way before refrigerators existed, chefs had to figure out how to preserve fish from Tokyo Bay, while also making it taste amazing. So they developed these incredibly meticulous hidden prep techniques. These exact techniques are the absolute foundation of edamame sushi today. We're talking about curing fish with salt or vinegar, gently simmering eel until it's perfectly fluffy, or marinating tuna in specially crafted soy-based sauces. This invisible prep work, this shigoto, is exactly what elevates a simple piece of raw fish into a beautifully preserved, umami-rich masterpiece. And all of this ties perfectly into omotenashi, which is this concept of unseen next-level hospitality. A true sushi chef will literally adjust the temperature of the rice to match your exact body temperature. They'll even notice if you're right or left-handed and angle the sushi on the plate so it's easier for you to pick up. No way, right? It's that level of precision. Every single detail is tailored for that one perfect, harmonious bite. Section 3, history and diversity, from Prohibition to TKG. Now, this might totally surprise you, but for over 1,000 years, starting way back in the 6th century, eating meat from 4-legged animals was actually banned in Japan due to Buddhist and Shinto beliefs. During the Edo period, people would secretly eat meat and just call it medicine. But then, in 1872, the Meiji Emperor publicly ate beef, officially lifting the ban. And boom, the idea spread like wildfire, leading to a massive boom in sukiyaki, or beef hot pot restaurants. And sukiyaki is actually a perfect example of washoku's amazing regional diversity. In the Kansai region, places like Osaka and Kyoto, they grill the beef first with beef fat, sugar, and soy sauce, adjusting the flavors as it cooks. But over in the Kanto region around Tokyo, they simmer the meat right from the start in a pre-mixed sweet and savory broth called warashita. Same exact dish, totally different approach. Then there's TKG, Tamago Kake Gohan, which is raw egg on rice. I know, eating raw eggs might sound a bit risky depending on where you're from, but in Japan, it is a beloved and completely safe cultural staple. Why? Because the hygiene standards are practically sci-fi level. We're talking incredibly strict protocols, thorough shell washing, UV sterilization, specialized machines hunting for microscopic cracks, and rigorous visual inspections. It's this absolute dedication to safety that makes this dish possible.
Section 4. Modern Evolution, Beyond Sushi and Global Trends.
Take a look at this. You might think this is a bustling street in Tokyo, but this is actually Paris, France. Right now, everyday Japanese foods like onigiri, those super convenient little race balls, are taking European capitals by storm. They're seen as a healthy, gluten-free fast food alternative. And despite strict local refrigeration laws, the authentic taste of washuko is successfully crossing borders and finding completely new audiences. Washoku is evolving even further into a beyond sushi era. Traditional fermented foods like miso and koji, they're totally being reevaluated globally for their amazing gut health benefits. We're also seeing incredible innovations like sustainable vegan sushi that perfectly mimics the umami of seafood using just veggies and tofu. Plus, there are halal-certified ingredients for Islamic markets and incredibly visual, totally Instagrammable sweets and lattes driving social media trends. It's a culinary evolution adapting to the modern, health-conscious global diner. And finally, Section 5, Cultural Experience, Tasting the Heart of Japan. The absolute best part about Washoku is that you don't just have to be a passive observer sitting in a restaurant. You can actively participate. Gastronomy tourism is huge right now. You can dive deep into the culture, try your hand at sushi making, explore historic regional sake breweries to see the fermentation process up close, or even learn how to craft beautiful traditional sweets called wagashi. It's all about experiencing the history and artisan techniques firsthand. Truly experiencing Washoku is about experiencing the very heart of Japan itself. It's about that profound gratitude for nature, the meticulous, unseen work of artisans, and a dynamic culture that's constantly evolving. So next time you have the chance, don't just eat the food. Experience the stories, the philosophy, and the craft with all 5 of your senses. We absolutely can't wait for you to experience the heart of Washoku for yourself.